Essential exclusive.
So welcome to the Unspoken Word Podcast with myself, Shane. Now, this episode, right, let me start this by saying I am so honoured to have this gentleman in the chair today. All right, his music and the duo of the music as well, they've produced and put out in the scene over the last 30 years, the music is still going strong. The underground speaks about New Horizon. We have Paul from New Horizon today. Paul, lovely to have you today.
Nice to be here, thank you.
And I tell you, the community have been waiting for this one. Believe me, this is not no normal podcast we're doing. We are, trust me, this one here today. Yeah, I mean, a few guys have, have asked me like, oh, who you getting on? Who you got on? Who come in? And I've said, oh, we've got these guys coming on. What? You got these guys coming on? Yeah, yeah. They want to hear what is coming and what they want me to say.
Right.
And I think it's right to document the history of your fantastic work you've done. And I hope in this next hour or so we get there and talk about that, because I think it's right we do that. You were part of a sound at the time where the scene was growing, and it's just the way it's just come in, and it's still playing, and it's still the test of time today. We're in 2025, and we are still hearing your music being played, and it's only right we talk about this.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
All right. Before we get stuck in today, Paul, how are you keeping in yourself day to day?
I'm good. I'm good. Getting old.
No.
Bit aches and pains in places it shouldn't be, but I'm glad to still be here.
And that's the main thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's get stuck into it. All right. Mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit about yourself and your background.
My background has been music from the age of 5.
Okay.
Since my mum and dad bought me a piano in our house, and that was it.
Yeah.
Music.
What about your parents, like siblings?
Only child.
Only child?
Yeah, not spoiled, treated rotten. Only child, just me, my mum and dad growing up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like I said, what happened, the house we lived in, there was a piano, and I just started pressing. I thought, and that was it. Got hooked.
From there?
From there.
Wow.
And then what happened, what kind of spoiled it, because they thought they had a boy genius, because I started to, actually make sense. So they used to get me lessons every Saturday when everybody else was outside playing football, and I was like, no. So that put me off for a little while.
Yeah.
But then gradually got back into the music.
Yeah.
So I've always music for me.
From you're young.
Yeah.
And what part were you London based at the time growing up?
Hackney.
East London.
Yeah. Born and bred.
What was it like back then, growing up at those times? Early childhood?
It was good. It was good, you know what I mean? We didn't have the internet and technology, so you use the imagination.
Absolutely, yeah.
You use the imagination. If you couldn't afford a bike, you went and found bits and pieces and you made a bike, you got your transistor radio, stuck it onto the handlebars, and you were good.
And I think that's it. Or you knock for your friend and your friend ain't in, you have to go back. That's what it was.
Yeah. And if you ain't got back, you want to see out, you're like, yeah, we're all right. They were good days. Yeah. But like I said, part of me was always music. It was always something to do with music,
So, the piano found you, so to speak. How did we progress into other styles of music now at this point? Was mum or dad influenced from that?
No. It was just something that was inside me, sort of thing, you know what I mean? And it was always, something to do with music, If if I weren't playing it, actually, was playing records. I love playing records, and I didn't know I was a DJ before. I was a DJ before I actually knew I was a DJ.
Yeah, okay.
So that was my other passion: just listening to music, buying music, going to the local record shop, stuff like that.
So if we start with a particular decade, so we say the 80s, any part of the 80s, doesn't matter. If we start there for a minute, what genre of music you gravitated to from?
Reggae. Reggae.
At
Lovers,
that point.
Reggae, lovers rock.
Yeah.
A bit of soul, like I said, we just came out of the disco age then, you know what I mean? And a bit of soul, but my thing was always reggae to start off with, you know what I mean?
And what was your first record you bought? If you can remember, of course.
I can remember.
Oh, yeah?
It was in the 70s. There was this man that used to come in this show called Dad's Army.
Okay.
Clive Dunn.
Right.
And he done a record called Grandad.
All right.
And that was my first, I think I was about 6, 7, 8. Yeah. And that was my first record.
Wow.
But I don't know, something about the tune, I just like, it took me on this journey, so good to big up Clive Dunn. Yeah, it wasn't Bob Marley, no, it wasn't.
Oh, God. This is why you're on the podcast.
Yeah.
We're learning about you. So that was that first record, yeah.
But like I said, from then it was just music.
From there.
Back then it was like disco and Saturday Night Fever and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. So reggae being obviously a strong part of your journey, were you in a sound? Were you going to blues parties at this point?
Yep. All about blues parties, sound system, DJs, clubs. I mean, I've been DJing as a reggae DJ, 40 odd years.
Wow.
40 odd years. Wow. Well, it was because I used to do the garage thing. Also, the garage was my day job. That was the day job. That was a 9 to 5 kind of thing, and then the other side, And what I did is kept the two separate.
Yeah.
Because they didn't really mix. They were, totally different crowd.
Yeah, no, I get that. And growing up in the 80s, what was that like for you as a whole? Did you deal with any sort of challenges around that time for you?
No, I think because I think it was more late 70s, more as a teenager. But I think once you pass your teenage stage, you pass the drama with the streets and stuff like that. Yeah. And it became a bit easier then.
Yeah. But at first, it was some challenging moments.
Yeah. It was a challenging time being black, being in London, being in Hackney, and being accepted, being recognised. But then we had a strong West Indian community, so
Oh, right, that way anyway.
Yeah, so you stuck with your own.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We move into the late 80s. Now you've got all these different genres going on. Okay, so you've got reggae still strong, or lovers rock would have still have been then at that point. You touched on street soul or the soul coming through, and then you've got the sort of the house music now being imported from America coming in, the early rave culture. Were you involved, or at this point, was still reggae at this point?
Well, it was that and R&B and hip hop I was doing then. I mean, I was doing sort of R&B and hip hop, and the 90s. I lived in California for about 5 years doing music out there, doing R&B and stuff like that.
Okay, what brought you out there?
We were bought out by a record company, A&M, to do a remix for someone, for Herb Alpert, I think it was, we did a remix for.
Which Herb Alpert one, sorry?
I can't remember what the album was,
I know there was an album around the late 80s.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was called.
I think, okay, right.
So we was brought over to A&M to do some remixes for them. And it came to the end of the third week. It was me, my manager, and my production partner. And we all looked at each other and thought, we ain't getting back to London, you know. We went, nah, let's have a go. So we just thought, let's have a go.
Wow.
And we ended up staying there for, 5, 6, 7 years. We was out there doing music, back and forth.
Okay.
Back and forth because of the visa situation. You had to come every 6 months, get your passport.
And then come back
again.
in.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go forward because of what you've said. So how did you get into making music in the first place?
It's something inside me.
So what I'm getting at is your connection. Who did you hook up with for you to be in the studio or working with people in the first place?
I don't know. It's like the production company. Like I said, I went to America with. I was going to. Somebody hired me. Well, it was really weird. Somebody hired me to do a session in their studio.
Okay.
As an engineer.
Right.
And the guy that owned the studio said he'd never seen anyone that looked like me come into a properly, fully fledged 24-track studio and ask no questions and knew what everything was and plugged everything in. And he was like, oh. And he said, you want a job? And I said, okay.
And the rest was history?
The rest was history.
Wow.
He says, you know, a lot of this, you know, right place, right time sort of situation.
Yeah, I agree, yeah.
He just said he'd never seen anyone do what I want to do. He said, come and work in here. So I used to work as his engineer, and then what would happen, I'd have a session, say, start at midday, finish at 10 o'clock. And then I would spend another 4 or 5 hours in doing my own stuff.
Right. Okay.
And he'd come and he goes, what are you doing? It's 4 o'clock in the morning. You've been here since... and he heard what I was doing. He goes...
That you do, yeah.
Go for it. And he just started from there. And then I think I met with another guy and we started working together. And we put out an EP. None of us knew what we were doing. We put 4, I think there's 4 tracks in the EP. And we were lucky that one of them actually blew up and ended up top 40 in the charts back then. It was a track called Africa by a young girl called QT.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
So it was my first foray into the majors and into the mainstream.
Okay. Look at that. So, wow, that's a start. Yeah.
And it wouldn't go past number 40 because of the content of the record. Because they said if we went past 40, they'd have to put on top of the pods. And I thought, no, not with what she was saying on the record. So,
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and Top of the Pops was, as you know,
back then
was very popular. Yeah, that was a most watched in the house.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, you know, all of a sudden I'm making videos. I'm thinking, what's a video? You know, I mean, what would I do? They said, you stand up there and dance. I said, pardon. So that's when I realised I'm not into that side of
stay in your lane.
I'm Mr. Behind the Scene. I'm quite very happy with that, yeah.
No, definitely. And just talk us very brief, some of the experiences in California, what you learnt out there and so forth.
Well, at the time, it was good to be English because you're stuck out.
Yeah.
And I was never so happy to have a British accent because I was out there and, you know, I'm looking like them. I've got the baggy jeans and the baggy shirt. Then they go, hello, mate. And they will go, where are you from? And you say, you're from London. The next question they ask you, do you know the Queen? I say, yeah, pop round for a cup of tea every summer.
Of course, you met the Queen the other day.
Yeah. And then, you know, so we was out, like I said, we was only supposed to be out there for 3 weeks. And we ended up spending nearly 3 years out there. Wow. 3, 4 years working, yeah. Okay. And that was a good experience, working with established names and established artists and stuff like that.
Any few you could sort of mention?
Gosh.
Don't have to if you can't remember, that's fine.
Who can, you know, Jada, Will Smith.
Wow. And these sessions, so when you were out there, was it just strictly engineering stuff or a bit of both? Productions as well?
Production. It was more production, you know. Like, so we went out there, we actually bought our own studio in Burbank and we opened it up and we were just there producing artists. But then the records company heard about us, and because we were English, London, everyone sort of gyrated and gravitated to us and wanted to know what this English, because it wasn't a done thing back then, you know what I mean? And, you know, we did all right for a few years.
Yeah, no, that's good.
All right.
So what was the direction for you to come back to London?
Money.
Yeah,
Money. Because when you're out there working with the very rich people, they're not in no hurry. They can take a very long time to do something. Meanwhile, you still got to pay bills and
what have
eat.
you.
And then I was getting bored because I was sitting around for, you know, weeks not doing anything and, you know, wait for blah, blah to decide to finish filming and decide. And I said, you know what, I'm coming back to London and if you did need me, I'll fly back out.
So roughly when would this be when you come back to London now?
Just probably late 80s, beginning of the 90s.
Okay, so yeah, okay. So we move into the early 90s. What was the culture like then? So when you came back, were you still doing your DJing, playing your reggae? Did you move with the sound at this point?
Yeah, I went back with the sound system and, you know, what I was kind of disappointed is that nothing seemed to have been happening all the time I've been away. It seemed to...
Been the same?
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I always said to someone, I left someone on the park bench and I came back and he was still sitting on the same park bench. And I thought... Because, you know, in America, it's all, you know, this and
Quite
that.
fast.
Yeah, and you deal wheeling and dealing. And I came back to this... It was a bit weird, so it took a little time to get
adjust.
back in. Yeah, to adjust, yeah.
Okay. So, with your sound, talk us a little about your sound. How many guys you had in the team?
Oh, this sound has been going since, it was my friend's, it was like his dad's sound and it belonged to his dad's sound, so they've been going from the 60s.
Right.
But we had a spot in Hackney that we had for nearly 20 years, but we had a regular spot every Friday night that, you know, was our spot to play at. So that was my little outlet, you know. Because even when the music took off and I was producing the stuff, whatever happened Friday night,
that was staple. You're not.
I don't care who could be dying. No, doesn't matter. I'm going down.
That was your
play some
prime
tune.
time.
Play some tune.
Yeah,
you know what
that's
I mean?
it.
Yeah. And then, you know, they used to take the mickey out of me because said, no matter where Archie is, we're not Friday night. That's where he's going to be.
Yeah. Any memorable nights from them Bruce parties that you want to just...
They were all good. They were all good. I mean, the memory was probably when the fight broke out.
Oh, no.
Which they did once in a while, but they were all good. You know, they were nice. You know, there was a good crowd. It was a friendly crowd. You know, we start the club at 10, finish at 6 in the morning, and just had a good night.
So we go into... we're going into the 90s now. All right. So where do you change into dance music, house music, garage? Where did that all come from?
It was a very strange. I had a friend, and he said he went to this club called the Frog and Nightgown in Old Kent Road.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, this is this. And I said, you got to come down this. What is it? He said, yeah, it's garage music, mate. It's garage music. What? Okay. So I think it was when they used to do it on a Sunday,
yeah.
I went down there on a Sunday, and I think for the whole night I was like this.
Using awe by seeing so many.
Yeah. The next morning, my person I used to work with used to be my engineer. I rang him up. I said, yeah, there's this thing called garage music. We've got to start doing it. That was it. Didn't know anything about it at the time, you know, so we had to really go afterwards and do research. I said to him, there's this thing called garage music and we've got to get involved. It's going to blow up. And that's all I said to him. And he was like, yeah, come on then.
And it was that person.
That was my partner, Earl.
Earl,
yeah.
Yep.
Earl.
Okay, well, we'll come on to Earl shortly on that. That's interesting. Just that one time you went there, you just... Okay.
I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was the crowd, the music, but something I just said, no, this is the next thing.
Yeah. Roughly when we're talking, 94, 5, a bit earlier than that? Around that time?
Around that time, yeah.
Okay. You mentioned about taking away what you learnt from the Frog. Did you go to any other spots now just to kind of get a feel for what was going on?
We went anywhere and everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, if there was a hole in the ground with a fall to the floor, we were there. You know, because we did, you know, like I said, it was new to us, so we had to kind of understand. We knew it wasn't house music. We didn't want to go in the house. There was this other, it was another thing. It wasn't house music. It was garage.
Yeah.
We, you know, we took it there to differentiate the difference between the two. Meanwhile, we're trying to nurture our own kind of style, our own sound, you know what I mean?
So did you, in those sort of early days, did you not look at other producers or styles to thought, right, okay, I've heard, an example would be Masters at Work or David Morales.
We didn't know any
of those sounds.
We didn't have a clue.
You were just, okay, so for inspiration, did you not look at anybody? You just,
No.
you were literally just went in raw, this is what we're making.
Thing, and I remember we made this, we done a track, and we made a dub plate, and there was a DJ, and he said, "I'll bring it down to the club," and he played it for us. And we went down there. We gave him.
Hold fire on that, because I know who you're talking. I know who you're talking. I know who you're talking
Okay,
about.
you read.
Oh, they told me. So that is one of the questions I'm going to come to. We're going to come on to that. We're definitely going to come on to that. But before we get there, talk us through about the track. Don't Force It and Thief in the Night.
Wow, that was our first kind of foray into, if you notice, the label will change. Oh, you've done your research. That was our first foray. We like I said, we didn't know. So we just, at the time, we thought, we knew it was house, we knew it was a bit of gospel, and we just, we tried it. And when we tried it, and then, nah, that's not it. Nah, let's go back to the drawing board and look at this thing properly.
But why did you do that though? I know you kind of touched me, but why? What was it you weren't happy about?
Just the reaction. We weren't getting, what we later learned is like I said, later on what we used to do, anytime we used to put a tune out, we'd cut it on the dub plate first.
Right.
And we'd take it to a club and give it to DJs. Then we'd sit back and watch the crowd. If there's only two lighters, go up and said, no, we've got to go and fix it. We go back to the lab and we
tweak it and
do another dub plate, take it up.
Right.
6 lighters.
So how many lighters were you expecting?
When we went the third time, the whole place went, that's the one. And then we weren't the A&R, the crowd was the A&R. We let the crowd tell us.
That's interesting. That you allowed the crowd to dictate whether
Well, they're the ones
no,
that
but of course, but
gonna buy it.
That's very, that's unique. I never really thought of that until you said that. That's really good. Yeah.
We let the crowd tell us for sure, because we might not like it, but we don't have to like it to sell it. But if the majority are getting like, we love it now. We think it's the best thing since sliced bread. Let's go and flog it.
You heard that? You heard it first, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay. So we move into, so of course that was released in 95 on BLM Music.
BLB. Yeah.
BLB. Yeah. We go into 96-7. And before I touch on this period, the community on Essential Garage Tape Pack, they love 96-7. That period is like, it's like golden era to them. 95-4, but 96, a lot on the community talks about this year. This is like the golden, this is where it all starts.
Okay.
Okay.
For the UK
For the UK scene, yeah? So, first of all, how did you come up with the name New Horizons initially?
It was just something off the top of somebody's head.
Just off the cuff?
We had to come up with the name. Okay. We just went looking for new horizons, really deep and thoughtful. Especially after 500 records or so, we had to come up with something we would a bit means. We just say, 5 new horizons and let people decide what it means.
Yeah, okay. All right. And then obviously 500 records, I'm assuming it was that you wanted to press 500 records and that was it, sort of thing.
Yeah, that's like, you've seen other interviews, we always said, if you can't sell 500 records, get out of the business.
True.
So that was our bottom line. Mm-hmm. If you could sell 500 copies, we were okay.
So 500 record and the lighters.
Yeah.
Hey, that's who needs a manager when you can do it yourself? You know what I mean?
Yeah, he does. You know what it is. Kind of, you've got to take the ego out of it. Yeah,
absolutely.
I know I've made it, and yes, I must be wonderful because I've made music. But it's not about. You want to sell it now, so you got to take the ego out and let the people tell you. You know.
Yeah, what they want to hear.
Yeah,
absolutely. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to a conversation you said about taking it to clubs, your music, cutting it on the dub plate, and allowing the DJs to play it, watch the reaction. Okay, so I already know who you're talking about, but I want you to tell, as the story unfolds, who that DJ was.
There was a DJ that I think I'd know. I'm not going to say his name because I'm not 100% sure. We gave him this DJ the dub plate and he said he was going to play it.
If I said to you Gas Club, would that be the same DJ?
Possibly.
Okay.
And
would you like me to help you with the DJ?
No. It's just that we waited there for an hour and a half the set and he didn't play it.
Okay.
He didn't play it.
He did? Oh, okay.
No, that's what happened. He didn't play it.
Oh, he didn't play it?
No. So we took it back and that's when we met Carl Brand. And we gave the dub plate to him. And he went, yeah, no problem, mate. Bam.
Okay. So the DJ I had him, who told me this was Hermit. Did you
No, it wasn't Hermit. No, Hermit was good.
But
Hermit.
did you not give it to her, a couple of stuff to Hermit before?
I can't remember how we met Hermit. I don't think so. I don't know, because I only knew Hermit through when he was working at the Rekords shop. That's how we got
Rhythm
to know
Division.
him. Yeah, that's how we got to know him. And then he's one of the people who'd always give Hermit's one person, you give him a dub plate.
He'll play it.
He'll play it.
From what he told me, he just explained to me, this was sort of off the record there, he just explained to me, he said, look, them guys there, they come to the Spread Love, they love the crowd, he gave me the dub plate, play this, mash up the place, and then ever since, anything that you guys put out, you were just giving it to him. Pretty much the same.
Yeah. But it was like that. I mean, we never ever put out a release without testing it first.
Of course.
Right.
Yeah,
so even if Hermit didn't get the first one, he might have got the second one, or he might have got the third one. But some we always cut, half test pressings and give them to certain DJs. And just for us to look at the crowd. That's what we want to see, the crowd reaction to the record. If it weren't right, go back and fix it.
Okay.
So Hermit was one of them. So I know he was one that would say anything we got, he'd always get first.
But Carl obviously was instrumental.
Uncle Carl, yeah.
Yeah? Uncle Carl? Boy.
Uncle Carl.
Yeah? Carl, they're tough enough.
Yeah.
What was... So from those early productions, what was the first ones that you gave Carl and you thought, poor, the lighters are going crazy. This is a reaction.
It was probably, was it Find the Path?
Find the Path?
It might have been Find the Path.
Okay.
Because we had all these different mixes and stuff like that. Because eventually he done a mix for us as well.
Which one? Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. Yeah.
You know, he was like, no, I've got to do a mix. We're like, yeah, of course, Uncle Carl.
So, were there, and I've just from early recording, some of the Sun Cities that Carl played back at the Adrenaline Village, there was a particular version of Find the Path that Carl plays, which is different to the release which I've got down here.
That's probably one of his mixes.
Well, it's the same arrangement of the song.
Yeah, but remember he had his own versions that he done as well. I don't know, I can't remember.
No, so it's the original mix you guys put out. The song, the composition is exactly the same.
Okay.
It's just the vocal arrangement slightly different.
Could be.
So it could have just been that first sort of initial.
Yeah.
Okay,
that first upplate, but we went and changed.
And then you went back and changed it.
Yeah, because we didn't get the reaction we wanted from the crowd at the time. So we thought, let's go and because that's what I always said. We never took it. At some point, we stopped taking it personal, and it became about business. So give the people what they wanted.
Okay,
give
that makes sense.
What they want.
I am going to one sec.
Gosh,
pull this one out.
That's the original Find the Path.
I'm going to tell you now, that EP is, boy.
I think I've got one or two.
You got one or two,
Yeah.
When I play a garage set, I have to play at least one off that in my set. I don't care how many times I play it over the years. If I'm doing a garage set, I have to play. If it's not Find the Path, I have to play Inspiration.
Okay.
That's me.
Okay.
And I'm saying that not because you're here.
No.
I'm saying
no.
it because it's a personal choice. I love the record and I appreciate what you've done. Okay? And I just wanted to say that.
Thank you.
What you guys did then and what the energy you put into that record, no wonder why it's still getting played and the reaction you get. It's a masterpiece, man. And at a time that you're now making everyone, yourselves, Aunt Hill Mobs, Baffle, Nathan Lockett, you're all part of that, the beginning of this sound. This was UK's raw. Talk us through the days building this EP and also the reaction. Did you have any challenges with putting stuff out or just a very brief description?
Luckily, no, because of, we actually done something decent, but we didn't know. We didn't know at the time. So, we pressed it up and we think we done 500 copies. And I always remember we went to, I think it was Black Market Records.
DRB Street, yeah.
And we went in at the time and we sort of like, oh, so do you mind? And we said, could you try this out? We call it sale and return.
SOR, yep.
Yeah, so we gave him a box of 25, walked out the shop, we were walking back to the car, we went, oi! We looked around, it was the guy, I said, I need 25 more. They're gone.
What?
We went, wow.
So in the time that you've left the shop?
Walking back to the car, he's come back and gone, no, we need 25 more. Because apparently, because they built up the buzz, people were actually waiting for it. Oh. So as soon as it came in the end, I'm the deal.
I've been in the shop when that's happened before, so I know. Yeah, it's happened to me before, and I never got the one that I needed. But that must have been mad. Yeah. So how many did you, if you remember, how many did you have in the back?
I don't know. When we saw what was going to say, okay, here's another 25, because we're businessmen as well.
So you have to be.
There's other shops to serve.
To serve, yeah.
There's other shops to service, you know what I mean? And at that time, there were quite a few shops, you know?
Yeah, of course.
So we spread the love, as they say, you know? So everyone got a bit. And then we were lucky. We had something good by the time we got back. More. So, yeah.
Wow. That's amazing.
It is.
That's amazing. Before I go forward, can I just ask, in terms of production, what studio equipment were you using at the time?
Wow. So, back then it was the old Pro Logic, was it Logic? No, it was before Pro Logic. What was it? Wow,
so you had Cubase,
that's it, and a keyboard.
The keyboard, yeah.
And a keyboard and Patience. Yeah.
Were you using any, like a Akai sampler or anything like that?
No, I just think it was just really Cubase loaded up with some sounds. So we had the Akai was our bass. Akai was the only thing we used the Akai for was that sine wave. But that's the only thing we used it for. To call them discount, no, just the sine for that bass. Yeah. That's all that was there for.
Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah. Okay. Inspiration. I just want to touch on, before I go back to Find a Path. What was that like, putting that together? The tune, Inspiration.
All Inspiration, it's actually Find the Path. And it's just there's some of her ad-libs.
Oh!
It's just a girl could sing till the came home. So we had to, she's singing this. So part of the song she sang was Inspiration. And she sang a couple of lines about being inspired, and we just used that and it's still Find the Path. But it's just, she sang, so we just used, that was never in the original version, we just took it and used it in another version. Because that's when we learned that this thing, you cut up the vocals, chop them up, and, you take one song and you mix it in and it becomes something else.
Okay, that makes sense. But then that's you going out to the clubs now
and
understanding.
That record, Less Sleep? You know that garage record, Less Sleep? I found it was actually Sleepless, and they're just...
Oh, Destiny, them two. Yeah.
That's what it was. I thought, I'm getting a copy of Less Sleep, and they're looking at you going, what? It was actually just Sleepless, and they chopped it and put it...
Yeah, literally that.
Yeah.
Look at that, man. Learned something new today. Did not know that. Wow. And Find a Path. I mean, again, another masterpiece. It gets played all the time. The reaction always goes down. The mixes on those, so many mixes. As you mentioned, Carl Brown done his mixes. I think there was 2 versions. There was the
probably,
2, wasn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, there was the 2 versions and that. Again, another classic, man. We, very brief, did you enjoy making Find a Path initially? Was it one of them records you thought, I'm making it, let's move on to the next one, see how we get on?
It's like, was it, did I enjoy it? It has its moments. There's highs and there's lows. There's, what am I doing? Am I doing the right thing? Is this person? And it's, it's like anything creative.
Yeah.
You go through the whole plethora of emotions to get at the other end. And then when you get to the other end, you sit there and go, what have I done?
Yeah.
And then you don't know. You have to wait for the reaction.
Feedback, reaction of it, yeah.
To actually, justify what you've done.
No, that makes sense. So, you've got your first 500 records, which was the white one. I don't have that with me today. Then you got your second one, the orange one. Love it. It's My House. Another personal favourite of mine. All right? Massive shout-outs to Blue James. Okay. Now, It's My House. Talk us through that, because that is poor.
With this young lady used to come knocking on our door every day saying, please no. Before she killed me. Like I said, I think she'll tell you, we were being Earl was at a club one night and there was this young lady on the stage. And I thought, she's not chatting lyrics, she's actually singing. And she can actually sing. And I just went up to say, excuse me, miss, I have a label and I would like to work with you, please.
Oh. And then the rest was history.
Yeah.
The rest was history.
Yeah. She probably looked at her and thought, God, not another 2 years.
Oh, God.
Ting pang, they're going to come in.
Come in with that.
But we just got on.
Yeah.
We just got on, we had similar music sensibilities. We're both from London. We're both,
Yeah.
So sometimes the chemistry works. Sometimes it does work.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
And that just gelled perfectly. Yeah. And again, with that one, was that another go out, giving it to Carl, Hermit, the boys, just to see? Same thing again.
We're always, for the first probably 8, 9, that we stuck to that same principle,
Okay.
Let's go and, we don't know. We have this thing, we like it, but we don't know.
Yeah.
Let's find that. And it's just the same thing every time.
Yeah, that's a...
Let the people tell you.
Tell you, yeah.
Because if you don't, they'll tell you they don't spend the money, so...
Your sound has a distinct signature. Every producer have a signature sound. Your sound was different. Your chords, your B lines. Woo. The B lines on your records were powerful. When you hear that on a sound system.
Well, that's from my old sound system days. I'm a bass man. I'm the one that goes and sit in the bass box when I go out. You know what I mean? If my ears ain't bleed, if I don't come out with ringing in my ears, I'm not happy.
You're not happy?
I haven't been entertained for the night, you know what I mean?
No. Again, I just wanted to say on that record, massive thanks for that one. There was a lot of memories when I first heard that. And then all the different versions as well. And I'm just like, these guys, man, they know what they're doing. You know what I mean? It's just another great record. And I remember hearing it. I remember Blue James was performing it at DJ AG in January in King's Cross.
Okay.
And when she performed that, I see the reaction with people they were warming to her, but I did not know she vocaled the tune.
Okay.
I'm like, wow.
I knew that.
I didn't know. I was like, I know some of her stuff. I'm someone that knows a lot about my stuff, but that one caught me off guard. And I'm like, wow, didn't know she'd done that. But I was just like, man, she throws it down well. And I just wanted to say, you guys teamed up well with that. And a massive shout. Because we had Blue James on our podcast recently, and she spoke about yourselves and how that track all come together. So it was really nice and touching to tell her story as well, and how that all to come together. So it's nice to hear your version of it as well. Just want to go forward a little bit. Just wanted to touch on... right, I'll go forward. I'll come back to it. Now, you probably ain't going to see everything because of the way the vinyl is sort of marked up a little bit, because that's how I got it secondhand at the time, blah, blah, blah. This one is, I'll pass it to you. You might be able to recognise the cream. Something for the people.
Something for the people.
That EP, my goodness me, that is something else. All 4 tracks on that. Wow.
Okay.
Talk me through that. Briefly.
I can't remember what's
you got the Hermit dub one. You got Put Your Mouth.
Okay.
Yeah, you got the Sassy Lady, Sassy dub.
Okay.
Yeah, another one. Can't remember the other 2 off the top of my head, but the other track, the whole EP. Just talk us through putting that together. Anything you can remember from that?
Not really. I mean, like I said, the main objective we done in the EP was to find out which one was the singles.
Oh.
So like you put the 4 tracks on, but we only do a limited amount, 500 copies per se. Yeah. And then we look which one people like. And if they like that one, take that one off and make it its own single.
Right.
Or they like that one, we take that one off and make it its own single. So they're like people test pressing.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, we take 500 and see what the crowd like out of that, and then we make those into singles.
Okay, and then sort of
and do mixes and get other people in to come and do remixes.
Yeah. Okay. Before I come back to that in a second, lift your head. There was a particular mix that never came out.
Okay.
You're probably not going to remember unless you hear it.
Yeah.
So you had the ones that came out on vinyl, the
Yeah.
500 records, and there was a particular mix that only Carl Brown was playing.
Maybe that was his mix. That might have been his mix. I don't know.
You don't know.
Don't
Don't know.
Sorry. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know if it is a mix that he done. It might have been his own remix and, you know, kept it for himself. Which was all right because, like I said, I mean, Carl was... You know, next to Todd Edwards was Carl sort of thing. And like I said, he didn't charge us for the remixes, so anything Carl wanted,
Yeah.
you know, he looked after us.
Yeah. And he was very instrumental in your journey.
Yeah,
in
definitely.
how that come to light as well. Yeah. Okay. Some of your remixes, I've got loads in front of me here. Any of your remix that you remembered that you enjoyed making? I can go through a few if you want to. Go through some?
Go on then.
Okay, so The Experience, Tough Jam.
Good. There was...
Then you got The Smoking Beats Dreams. Love that one.
Yeah. Well, we like that because you know...
The original.
It's the classic, you
it's
know.
The classic,
give us a chance to work with, you know.
Yeah.
It's like working with a big star, you know what I mean? Working with the classics,
Yeah. So another Percy, that one for me.
Okay.
Like that one. Them two, of course, we touched on like Destiny. Done a mix of that. We Can Make It Happen. Robbie Craig. Public Demand.
Public Demand, yeah, I'll go, yeah. Good old Jimmy and the boys, yeah.
Another good one. That worked in 97, 98. Of course, for such a long time, that was getting really chowed down in the clubs, man. You were hearing that on the tapes. So that's another personal. Spend the Night, Danny J. Lewis.
Oh, yeah. Gosh, yeah.
Brought you back there.
Yeah. It was at AM/PM, I think.
Locked On.
Okay.
Locked On, that one. That's all right. Yeah. Clock the Dough.
Wow. Wow.
Took you back now.
Wow. Because we'd never heard of the group, the original version. Who was it by again?
Donna D.
Yeah. She was another producer at the time.
Yes, that's right.
So, I mean, you're bringing me back.
That's all right. That's what we're here to do, man. Yeah. No. That's a good one as well. Need Good Love, the Tough Jam. So there was a one that they put out about 98. Track was called Need Good Love, and I believe yourself done the mix and Todd Edwards done the mix. Todd the God, of course. Yourself done a mix. That was on a black. I've got it on a black Locked On. but that was a bit more later on as you sort of moving in. But those, some of you, any of those from those I've just sort of given you there.
They were all good, you know.
Yeah.
I think what it was, because we weren't DJs, they would work, you know what I mean? We wasn't like, oh, we're DJs, we were playing them as well, you know what I mean? It was just work. It was just, you know, we finished that one and we moved on to the next project.
And you've done that.
Yeah.
What about the Scrap Irons dub?
That was us.
Yeah.
Trying to be a bit out there at the time, you know.
At the time.
We were like, we were getting fed up, and then we were like, just go, just do something new, you know what I mean? Yeah. And then, I mean, I think one of them we did after we used artists. I think that's my producer, mate. Earl was doing all the vocals on that, you know.
Really?
The sound effects, yeah.
Wow.
We just thought we had to keep reinventing for ourselves to keep ourselves interested.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. What about, and this one I spoke to a good friend of mine, massive shout outs to Franco as well. I spoke to him for ages and we had a good catch up, and we spoke about Donna Cousins' track one night, and he said, I love that tune, man. I ain't played that in years, man.
Wow.
And he said, we just spoke about it. We talked about when he was playing on Delight FM, Soul Solid Station at the time, and he just remembered those was his early days, and he said you'd be playing that record all the time.
Okay.
Talk us through that production from that perspective. You remember working with Donna?
It was just, we knew Donna, and we at some point we said we had to, you know,
work with her, and she was up for it. And you know, I don't think we were 100% happy. We weren't. Well, me personally, you know. But then, like I said, at some point I had to take a back seat and leave the production sides up to people like Earl, and I just concentrated on the business. But I wasn't like, we could have done maybe something more. I don't know, but you know, I don't know everything. Yeah,
I don't know everything. So you know, just put it out and
see.
Let the people tell us.
Yeah, fair enough. So you've got all your productions. They're tearing down the place. A good 3-year span. So we're going into 96, into the early noughties. Tracks have been putting out. Great work what you've contributed to the scene, and thank you for that as well. Okay. When did you notice or first sense there was a shift in the UK garage scene, and how did that influence your directional sound?
I suppose but it was the demographic age of who was going out to rave change.
Okay.
It wasn't our age anymore. It wasn't the next generation coming up with their own music, you know.
Yeah.
Everything changed, you know, from there, you know what I mean? And they listened to what they wanted to listen to. We were suddenly old school.
Right.
We suddenly went from being the anything to being the old school now, you know what I mean? Which, you know.
Fair play. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that goes sometimes.
That's no problem, you know. At least I'm getting called something.
Exactly. But your music still stands the test of time. Yeah. And sometimes you just have to say to yourself, it's not the time now.
Yeah, you know, you've come and you've made your mark and put your place in history, and you're happy with that, you know what I mean? No real artist does, unless you're Cliff Richard, you know what I mean? No one does 60, 70 years, you know.
Strong and continue, yeah.
You know,
exactly.
At some point you have to say, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and like I said, everything could change, you know what I mean? I would last one with that to Garage Rave, I was like, don't know anyone here. And there's literally that I can sit down on, please, I'm tired.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, and the boy else is going like this.
I hear that.
Shut up. It's true though.
It's true.
To put up and down there, the pain, yeah, it's time to stop. It's like I tell my friend, I can still get down, but I need someone to help me get back up afterwards.
Bless you. Hey, you're still here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's the main thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're still here. So, as we bring the podcast towards an end, are you currently working on any new materials?
No, not really.
Nothing, no.
Because like I said, it's always been music business, and because I can't see the business side of it, I'm like, no. You know, it's like the other day I went out and bought 15 CDs for £15. I thought, who's making them? And these are all albums, literally. You know, I mean, each CD's got probably 30 tracks, and I'm thinking, who's making any money? And it is business, it's music business, and it's never been just music for me. You know, if not that, then it's a hobby.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, fair enough. So, just one more, just on that. How do you keep yourself motivated from day to day? Or had any interest that you like to do outside of since you haven't been?
That's the problem. My whole life has been music. Yeah, I mean, I still got my studio at home. Yeah, I still got, you know, I'm trying to buy some drums at the moment so I can give the neighbours a headache. That's how I started as a drummer. So I'm trying to buy some, you know, electronic drums you can plug into your computer. Yeah. Just to keep myself happy, keep me happy. You know, I'm not worried about the business anymore. Yeah. I'm not worried. I had a good run. I had a very good time. I met some wonderful people. But, you know, I don't want to be that old man still trying to flog that, you know, here he comes, that he's still trying to flog the old record. Nah, that's not me. Yeah. You know.
No, fair enough.
Go out on the high.
Absolutely, and deservedly so. You've worked hard over your journey in your years, so you know what I mean. So, and again, thank you for that. You know, you've given us some wonderful music over many decades, and I still will support your music no matter what, and I do. So, wanted to say that from me.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Right, we're going to bring the podcast to an end. I have got some fun fact questions, so just a few. All right. Okay. We always ask our guests that. All right. So, in no particular order, if you could book your dream holiday destination, where would you go?
And I've got unlimited expenses.
Unlimited expense.
LA.
Okay. Why LA?
Because I'm still into the industry, and that's the hub of it. But because I'd love to get into movies. I'd love to get into movies.
Okay, that's an interesting one.
I would love to produce a film.
Hey, you never know. It's still time.
Yeah. It's just coming up with that.
That's all it takes.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. If you could have dinner with one celebrity, who would it be?
Lou. Wow.
So are we going with Blue?
She could. Quincy Jones.
Quincy Jones. Yeah.
Quincy.
Yeah, he's left a legacy, hasn't he?
Quincy.
Yeah.
Someone's got to do the cooking, innit? You want me and Quincy in the kitchen? Me and Quincy's out here. I would love your cooking. You know your cooking's delicious.
You had to say that, right?
No, it's true.
Yeah, it's true.
Quincy, sit down with him and...
Yeah, do it properly, innit? Yeah.
Either him or Berry Gordy.
No, you got...
exactly.
Well, Berry Gordy's just... Berry Gordy, isn't it? Without Berry Gordy, Motown don't happen, right?
Yeah.
So...
Yeah. I've got the book. I've read the book. I based my record company off Motown.
Really?
Yeah.
And the formula of... That makes sense. That's interesting. Because you blew me away when you said that, with how the reaction of your tracks. So did part of element from that book was part of that?
The same way they did it. It wasn't personal, it was business, you know. He had a committee, him, Smokey, they all sat down, dipping the all in the pot, and...
Okay, the rest was history.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've learned something new today. More importantly, thank you for coming on the Unspoken Word Podcast. Definitely. And
I hope people find it interesting.
Oh, they will. That's why we've got a massive community that are wanting to hear your story. And it's the first time we're documenting this as well on the Unspoken Word Podcast. And thank you again for that.
Not a problem. Thanks for having me.
No problem at all. Well, of course, you know what to do. You need to go on to the other previous episodes. If you haven't watched them before, we've got some fantastic guests. If you haven't go and check them out. Of course, link in the description. Remember to like, share and subscribe. Obviously, it's your first time listening to this or haven't caught up with the others. You can listen to it on an audio platform as well. Link are in the description for you to listen to it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, to name a few. And also a bit more about our guest as well will be in the description as well for today. So massive thank you for you coming on today.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. And also thank you for watching. Take care. Thanks.